Live from Southwest Florida's news source, this is Fox 4 News at 6.
I'm right here, bro. I'm not coming up on you.
Get back! Get back!
I'm back, bro. I'm back.
Now at 6, police brutality or justified force. 4 in your corner looking into one family's claims against the Cape Coral Police Department.
Beaten, bruised, and bloody, a Lee County woman victimized in her own home. The latest details as the investigation into this home invasion picks up steam.
Smoldering and suspicious fear and uncertainty in a Fort Myers neighborhood after 3 fires ignite minutes apart. The clues that could prove they're connected.
The bludgeoning, the thumps, it's terrible.
Southwest Florida parents outraged tonight about what they say happened to their son in some video during a run-in with Cape Coral Police. The video's now gone viral. Right now you're looking at it. It's on YouTube and Facebook, and it's prompting an internal investigation. 20-year-old Travis Robbie was arrested on charges of battery on an officer, resisting with violence, and possession of marijuana on June 29th. And thanks for joining us for Fox 4 News at 6. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Emily Dishno. Officers using their tasers, pepper spray, and batons to subdue Robbie, but his parents are questioning whether the punishment fit the crime.
4 in your corner, Sarah Belsole laying out all the facts for you in this case so you can decide for yourself. Sarah?
Well, according to police reports, officer responded to a call about a suspicious car parked at BA Hustlers on Santa Barbara around 3:30 a.m. on the 29th. When they got there, they found Travis Roby waiting in the parking lot for his girlfriend to get off of work. But it's what happened next that has Roby's parents demanding answers.
The screaming, the begging.
To listen to him scream like that, I've never heard that voice out of him. It was hard to believe that that was my kid.
It's cell phone video of Don Roby's son Travis allegedly resisting arrest after Cape Coral police found pot in his car. The video is dark and jumpy, subtitles added in, claiming to narrate what's going on.
No! Don't do that!
Police reports say Roby tried to run away from police multiple times, swinging his arms violently, punching and headbutting officers, forcing them to use their tasers. But Roby's parents don't think that's the whole story.
He weighs 150 pounds and has absolutely no athleticism.
This surveillance video shows a different angle. You can see Roby trying to run away, multiple officers taking him to the ground. He is able to get away, but is eventually caught after officers strike him in the leg with a baton.
Why are you yelling?
It hurts! Stand up, just walk.
Stand up.
Stand up. Beat the out of me! Stand up.
He's then placed in a police car, where Roby's parents say he's beaten again. These pictures show Roby's injuries, a fractured leg, bruises and lacerations to his face and other body parts. The Robys have filed a complaint, which is being investigated by the department. The chief of police saying in a statement the department doesn't tolerate excessive force, but that, quote, the agency also maintains the responsibility to protect our citizens and officers, which unfortunately, at times, involves the use of physical force. But the Roby family says this is a case where physical force is taken too far.
I want answers, and I want my son's charges dropped.
Travis Roby has been arrested one other time, but the case was dismissed. He has no history of violent crimes. The Cape Coral Police Department says they will complete the internal affairs investigation after the criminal investigation is finished. Roby's court date for battery on an officer, resisting arrest, and drug charges is set for July 28th. Live in the studio, Sarah Belsole, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We've laid out the facts. Now we want to hear from you on this. Was this an act of police brutality or was the officer justified? Voice your view when you call us 206-FOX-4 or email us news@fox4now.com.
Turning the weather now, Storm Patrol Viper radar calming down at this hour after some serious storms flared up earlier this afternoon. The Storm Patrol's Jim Science showing you what you can expect for the rest of your Monday evening.
I'm going to tell you this, close to the coast the rest of your Monday evening should be dry, but this is going to be another strange weather week. We're looking at Storm Patrol Viper right now, using the power of 4 to track still some pretty active thunderstorms, but they're deep inland, mainly inland in Collier and Hendry County. There you see Immokalee, which is still getting some of the rain. Looks like that cell is nearly stationary. And then one more shower that's a little bit closer to the coast, just to the north of Port of the Islands there. No thunder and lightning in that cell. That's the good news. All right, here's a look at your weather headlines. We have a cold front coming. Yes, a cold front is going to make it to Florida later this week. Not quite going to make it to Southwest Florida, but it is going to have a major impact on our weather, as this will be an unusual weather week, and we'll also talk about some weekend changes, all on the way.
A rude awakening for one Southwest Florida neighborhood after a woman was reportedly attacked with a tire iron and robbed early this morning. This happened inside her home on North Pine Drive in Fort Myers. And the woman's neighbors in this family-friendly neighborhood are now on edge. 4 in Your Corner's Liza Fernandez live on North Pine Drive with the story tonight. Liza?
Emily, the 25-year-old victim lives alone in one of the apartments behind me. The Lee County Sheriff's Office arriving shortly before 3:30 this morning to find her bleeding profusely from the face, they say attacked with a tire iron. And the neighbors I talked to tell me they are stunned this could happen in an area filled with young families and brimming with children. A group of kids lines up to get our camera's attention, blissfully unaware of what's reported to have happened just across the way. Around 3 this morning, a call coming into the Lee County Sheriff's Office. A next-door neighbor who's so scared she asked to remain anonymous tells me she's friends with the victim and she's in shock at her friend's condition. Police reports state the victim woke up in her apartment to find a black man standing over her who then began striking her in the face with a tire iron. The assailant then grabbing her by the hair and trying to drag her into the bedroom, the police report goes on to state. Aguilar able to climb outside where neighbors had already congregated because of the noise.
I live here. I never hear anything about robbery or nothing.
IceNet John Marie tells me she's lived here for 10 years with her family and says it's a quiet, safe, family neighborhood.
To tell you the truth, see my car, I don't lock it. I just leave my car like that, and then my door never be locked. Because we never have that happen in the neighborhood.
The whole situation a stinging blow to hers and other neighbors' sense of security. Do you know what you'll do now?
Probably move from the neighborhood, because if that happens, I think it's gonna keep going back. Because when you have little kids, you cannot really live in a situation like that.
The attacker then taking off with some cash southbound. The sheriff's office hopes to have a better description once the victim is in a little bit better shape. Obviously, she is shaken up. And not only that, she was treated at the hospital and later released. If you have any information about what went on here on North Pine Drive between 3 and 3:30 this morning, you're asked to call the Lee County Sheriff's Office, where you can remain anonymous. Live in Fort Myers, Liza Fernandez, Fox 4 in your corner.
Thank you, Liza. The Southwest Florida man accused of strangling and killing his ex-wife, learning his fate in court today. Daniel Proctor pleading guilty earlier this month to Amy Patterson's murder in 2011 and agreed to spend 25 years in prison. 4 in Your Corner's Gabrielle Saran live outside the Lee County Courthouse, where a judge made the final ruling on Proctor's sentencing.
Patrick and Emily, Daniel Proctor will never be a free man. A judge sentenced him here to 25 years in prison. This is on top of a life sentence he is already serving on other charges. Let's go to some video from inside the courtroom where you see Daniel Proctor face the judge wearing a red jumpsuit and shackles. He was unemotional as his ex-brother-in-law read a statement about the loss of his sister, Amy Patterson. Patterson was vanished 3 years ago, but it wasn't until a year later that Proctor confessed to killing Patterson and then dumping her body near a wooded area by her home in Bukilia. Today, her brother explained to a judge that giving Proctor 25 years in prison will not bring the family closure during what he described as an incredibly traumatic time for everyone.
Your Honor, we feel that our family has been sentenced to life with the loss of Amy Patterson. Our family respectfully recommends that the court sentence the defendant to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
And before the hearing, Proctor's attorney read a statement on his behalf. His attorney said that he accepts responsibility for killing Patterson and that he is deeply remorseful. Coming up at 10 o'clock, we'll hear from Patterson's mom and stepdad, who say there isn't a day that goes by that they don't think about their daughter, miss her laugh, and her presence at the dinner table. We're live in Fort Myers. Gabrielle Saran, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Gabrielle. The state fire marshal still looking into 3 suspicious overnight fires that had the Tice area of Fort Myers on edge this morning. No one was injured in this series of fires, but fire officials suspect that an arsonist could be to blame. 4 Under Corner's Julian Glover has the latest on the ongoing investigation.
In an hour's time, just a few minutes after an hour, we've had 3 fires. 2 vehicle fires and a structure fire here.
What turned out to be an active morning for the Tice Fire Department and a state fire marshal investigator started at the Green Wave Motel around 2 this morning. First responders mopped up a small fire surrounding this black pickup truck. There's little visible damage. Moments later, and just a block away, another blaze broke out on Waverly Avenue, this time behind a small home.
Started in the shed back behind it, an open shed.
We couldn't get to the back of the home to see for ourselves, but some property, like this grill, was visibly charred. While firemen investigated this fire, a car went up in flames and 2 more badly damaged just a block north, and a lot neighboring Habana Tires. This white car is unrecognizable, a pool of soot bruised beneath the tires. Earlier today, the assistant chief with the Tice Fire Department all but called the string of fires the work of an arsonist.
You don't get a lot of arson fires, and like you said, what makes it suspicious is 3 fires within an hour's time frame and how they happened.
Now, fear and uncertainty grip residents in the Tice area where answers are lacking tonight.
What if that blew up? What if that gas tank blew up? What if that house? I have friends that live in that apartment right there across the street.
Earlier today, the Fort Myers Police Department did question a person of interest, but no arrests were made. Neighbors hope that changes soon.
It's thank God nobody died, but whatever idiot is doing this needs to be caught.
Julian Glover, Fox 4, in your corner.
If you have any information on these fires, you can earn a cash reward when you call Crime Stoppers. Their number 1-800-780-TIPS.
New at 6, the Lee County School Board confirming the principal of Cypress Lake High School in South Fort Myers has resigned. Tracy Perkins stepping down from her post. The school's been in the news for a lot of bad reasons over the past year. Last December, a fight ended in the arrest of 7 students. In October, an assistant football coach was suspended for shoving a Dunbar High School player as he ran out of bounds. Later that month, the head football coach was fired over a fight involving the school's players during the homecoming game. And before that, a 15-year-old was arrested for bringing a gun on a school bus, pointing it at one of his teammates.
Still to come tonight, not in our backyard, Senator Bill Nelson on a mission to prevent harmful drilling near Florida's Everglades. Details on that coming up.
And he's a busy man tonight. What the senator is also doing to make sure dangerous liquid from e-cigarettes stays out of your kids' hands.
But first, a Southwest Florida man's killer still roaming free. How his family is moving forward tonight with their fight. That's next.
Tracking some showers and thunderstorms, mainly inland right now on Storm Patrol Viper radar. A cold front is coming this week. I'll tell you how it changes our weather in Southwest Florida in just a few minutes.